Okay, hi. I think we are live. Are we? Is there a way for me to check? Select stream. Yeah. Okay, I can see that we are live. Perfect. So today, what we're gonna do is use Claude 3.7 and this IDE, which is called Tray. It's free to use, so you can also go ahead and download it if you want. TRAE Tray. It's actually pretty cool because it lets you use all these models for free. There's Claude 3.5, there's Claude 3.7, there's GPTO, there's R1, and DeepSeek's other models as well. And you can add your own as well. It's pretty cool. So I can add, so for example, I have Gemini. So I can add Gemini over here, add the key, and it will start working as expected. It's pretty cool. Although the new one as well, Gemini for coding, isn't that good. Claude 3.7, however, I'm really loving it. It sort of almost does most of the work, right? So what we're gonna do is I have some prompts ready, and because we're white coding today, I'll try and not type code as much as possible. Sometimes these models, they get stuck on some errors or they just don't function as expected, and if something like that occurs, I will chime in and maybe tweak a bit or do such stuff. But overall, I'll try my best not to uh, write code on my own. Okay, so we have the backend already over here, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write the front end. Uh, the naming convention, the backend I have named Workday, the database I have named Mess, and now the front end is gonna be called Blues. So it's Workday Blues, and why do Workday Blues occur? They occur because of the mess in the database, right? Yeah, that's me just having fun with the names. All right, so let me just grab in the next sort of, okay, and I'll paste it over here and I'll go through the entire thing once, remove stuff, add stuff, whatever works for me. So set up a front end React project for the Blues application. In the folder named Blues, technology stacks: React, TypeScript, Redux Toolkit, React, Router DOM, Axios, Tailwind, CSS. I love Tailwind. I love TypeScript. React is just something. Yeah, I love React, but React is something that I have chosen. Redux again is something that I know most of you use. I wanted to. I was thinking of doing Justland, but then I thought, okay, let's just start with React. Let's do a project with Redux toolkit, and then maybe we'll do another one later on with another one, right? Okay, so npx create React app. Instead of this, I just want to name it Blues, right? Install dependencies. So for state management, Redux toolkit, React Redux. For routing, yep, API calls is Axios, styling Tailwind, CSS, most important. Optional but recommended class names or CLX for conditional classes. Okay, I don't really need this one. Let's remove this. Configure Tailwind CSS. Project structure, create standard directories. Pages, looks good. API functions, hooks for custom hooks, types. Yep, everything looks good. Basic routing setup, initial route for login, Redux. Wrap the app component with the provider, makes sense. API service. So you can see how detailed this prompt is, and how much in detail we sort of tell the AI, so that we don't have to really worry too much. The server port 5000, so localhost 5000 slash API will work. Configure interceptors to automatically add the JWT token. Yep, this looks good. Provide the initial setup file. Okay, all looks good. Let's press enter. So you see, it's like even in wipe coding, right? The more steps you know, the better. The more detailed the steps are, the better. It's similar to how coding was. It's just that you don't need to learn the language now. This is English that you're using to code, basically, right? Um, okay. Mm, NPX creator path is there. Okay, I think it looks good. Yes, please proceed. Again, we could have told this particular prompt to sort of use a white or not use React create React app, and maybe use Next.js or something like that. I, for this project, didn't feel the need of all those things, but you can technically do all those things. So when in the prompt, when we write the technology stacks, right, you can sort of mention all these things, and the more clearly you mention, the better it gets in understanding how to do it. And I think this is what being a developer is going to be in some time, right? So now we cd into blues. You see we have a folder blues. All the files are here. Let's play around. I hope I mentioned TypeScript. Yep, I have mentioned TypeScript, so it is going to use TypeScript. uh, let's include the libraries. Okay, so a lot of you, if you have worked with React, you kind of see these, right? Even hmm? What happened? Tailwind command not found. We did install them, right? Yeah, they're installed. Okay, I think there is something wrong with this command, npx tailwind css init. Okay, so let's come over here, initiate tailwind css, create react app, and I don't want the CLI. Okay. Document installation. It is supposed to be this. I don't know why npx will be this. Correct. This is weird. ts config. So we do have the configuration set up. Okay, let's see. Let's move ahead. And if this thing creates some trouble, we'll come back. I think this is the file that would have been generated had I had this worked. Of course, not with these values, and then we had to modify the configuration. I think it's fine because yeah, so just making sure it's picking up. So you have to be a little careful. Sometimes what happens is it sort of creates the files in the wrong places or wrong folder structure. So when you sort of quickly do these accepts, right, just be careful what you're doing. mkdir. Right, so now you see this is creating the folder structure, right? So it's gonna, in the source folder, it's gonna, yep, there you go. We have all the folders. Beautiful command. Uh, oops, my mistake. I don't know how to, okay, this is gonna be annoying to remove, so I'll just open a new one. CD blues. Yeah, we're here. So it basically wants store.ts. Yep, we want store.ts. Okay, so as you can see right now, store.ts should be over here, right? But it is, where is it creating this file? Store.ts. It created it over here. Now shouldn't store.ts be inside store? I am a little confused. I think it should be inside store folder. Let's move it there. Yeah. Okay. Let's apply this one. It comes over here. Perfect. So we have an issue over here. Argument of type is not assignable to the. Yeah, we'll look into these TypeScript ones later. These can cause annoying problems in the long run, but for now let's just move ahead. Login page. Login logic will be implemented later. Basic sign into your account, email address, password. Perfect. Register, similar. Okay, so these are pages that we're creating. Now, when this is getting created, I realized one more thing. I could have asked it to, for example, use the atomic structure and create components and then use those components inside the page rather than creating multiple of them, like for example buttons and stuff. I would rather want to create one and then use it across the all the pages rather than have different ones created on every page. But hey, these are things that I think you learn as you build more and more projects, and I think this is the kind of thing that one will be required to know when you move into this paradigm where you are not doing 90% of the coding. It's an LLM that's writing the code, you're just guiding it through. Right, okay. Update index.ts to include Redux provider. Yep, sure. This looks good. Create a basic types file. Okay, so see, now here the User has ID, name, email, role, auth state, interface project, milestone. Now you would be wondering how and where did it get all these from. So for context, there is a inside the workspace there is a backend already created which has all these models, right? So it's sort of replicating those models. Give me a second, I'll show you. So you see these models: tasks, projects, users. So for example, let's pick up projects, and inside the project schema you have name, description, owner, members and stuff, right? And over here, project name, description, owner, member. So it's these same thing over here for the front end, right? It's the types, and this is uh, basically why like TypeScript, and especially when you're vibe coding with TypeScript helps a lot compared to other ones, because debugging with TypeScript is 100,000 times better than pure plain JavaScript. Plain JavaScript in that term really sucks. So again, we still know there is an error over here. So I'm gonna just keep that file open so that I don't forget it. It's a type error. I don't think it should break the app anyway, but still. Okay, so this is the next prompt that we have. Let's go through it. Implement login and register page and connect them to the backend using Redux toolkit. Okay, create auth slice. Perfect. Define state user is loading. Use create slice. Define reducers for setting state directly. Define async thunks using registered user. Looks good. Login user. Store token in local storage upon successful. This look good. Create pages. Login page. Register. Don't we already have them? We have the login page and registration page. Add a reducer action to update state from. Okay, so now this is interesting. Let me just go through this again. think I think this is a mistake in the prompt where it's asking. I'm gonna go let it run and see what it does, because we can always delete this uh, login page. I mean, login and register, but it clearly over here, when you look at it, you realize that it's making a mistake. The prompt's making a mistake of having two login registration pages, right? Let's see what it does or how it does. Okay, so it plans to first create the auth slice. I'll just see if anybody is here. Nope, no one. Okay, still talking to the uh, the dark void of internet, but it's fine. Whoever, whenever finds this video, I just hope you find a little bit of value what I'm doing. Okay, this gets annoying sometimes. So what this is basically, it's because it's generating new code, right? So it stutters a bit because the scroll sort of is giving more, the length is increasing, right, for the scroll. Okay, so hey, so see, it's kind of smart enough to understand that the login page in the prompt uh, that said login page.ts, create that one. So it hasn't created that. It's in fact used the current login page and updated it, which is what I had hoped it does, and that's why I didn't change the prompt. But I was always in doubt that maybe it will just create a new one. So it's good to see that it sort of understands that even though the prompt is asking me to create a new one, I don't have to create a new one because it's already there. So that's pretty good. Let's create the protected route component. Okay, this is, I think, this is fairly straightforward stuff. So it's not, I mean, you don't really have to go through this too much. I don't know why they're using navigate. See, like this, like for example, this is not required, right? Why do you need this? You are not using it anyway. Um, but it adds unnecessary code sometimes. And the idea is this, that when you're going through it, right, you sort of figure these things out. Hey, this was not required. Hey, this it shouldn't have done. So protected route. So we're using nested routes. Looks good. So we have added the first reducer to our store. And you'll also notice one more thing when we go through it, right? The next time when this thing tries to update, right, it'll sort of delete a lot of comments. And this is a pattern that I've noticed that happens quite frequently. It when it's rewriting components, it sort of thinks that the component is not required, and so it'll delete it. So you, if you want to keep those comments, you sort of pay attention to those little things. Okay, we have redux done. When you go look at the project, so let me just go, I think it has to be npm run dev. Yep, let's just see if it's working, because missing script dev, npm run start, sorry. Yeah, it's using start. Yeah, knew it's gonna break. I mean, I had hoped it would just still work, because it's more, it looks like you're trying to use Tailwind CSS directly as a post CSS plugin. Okay, let's, like I said, we're gonna code as little as possible. So what is it trying to do? First, let's fix the XS interceptor type issue. Let's see what it does. Axios error, internal Axios request config. Okay, it's okay. Okay. Hmm. So why do we need to remove this? I mean, we were not using it. So see, like over here, we were not using this, so we actually never really needed this line, right? Original request. Yeah, we never sort of needed this line. Okay, cool. Hey, it's still there. We don't need the line. No issues found. So are we? Can we run this now? It looks like you're trying to use Tailwind. Let me just go through. Okay, there are more. Okay, so I think we installed the wrong versions. Hate when I do this. Like I said, this we had already. Yeah, see it when it runs for the second time, it sort of realizes and fixes the issues. It's and this is something that's started from 3.7. In 3.7 it has sort of started realizing its own mistakes and fixing them, which is pretty cool, which it wasn't able to do previously. Can we now? It looks like you're trying to. It's still giving me this error. We already did this. Try this one more time. If not, then we're gonna Google and sort of try to solve it ourselves. Still giving me the same thing. It's given me this new thing. Okay, let's close this. Nope, it won't work. Okay, so let's let me once first check with so the post. Okay, let's try again. See if it works. Did it? Nope. The Postgres plugin has moved to a separate package. So to continue using Tailwind CSS with PostCS, you'll need to install. We did this and update your Postgres configuration. Okay, let's just put this error in Google and see what happens. I think we just did this one. How about we remove this all? So it's gonna remove the packages, right? All the packages are. So now I'm assuming there is no tailwind. Yep, no tailwind. Okay, there is tailwind here, but it's empty, right? There is no tailwind. Let's go at the bottom, confirm PQRST. Yeah, no tailwind now. Perfect. Even the post CSS, I think those are React related. Okay, so now install tailwind CSS correctly. In this project. So how about to trash? move to trash, and we ask it to do it again. So now it has created new ones. Okay, these are the ones. Now let's update this to have these. Perfect. I think this is as it is, right? Okay, cool. Oh no, I want to keep these things, right? Now let's do npm start and see. Yeah, it worked. So yeah, shit happens. That's all I have. You gotta you gotta know your way around these things. If it works, it works. Let's register. Full name Ali Hussain. a.hussain at gmail.com. Password I'll just add 1234. Actually, I'll just add 1234. 1234. Okay, register. Ah, 5656. Okay, awesome. We have our dashboard screen. You can see this is the password that I'm using for this. Just saving it so that I don't have to put it every single time. But yeah, this looks good. It's working. Okay, let's move ahead. Let's move ahead, and now we move to basically the main layout. Let's have a sidebar, a header, and all those things. So here's the prompt. Let's go over it. Create the main application layout, sidebar, header, and implement the project list page. Right. Okay. Layout components. We have a main layout. We have a sidebar. It uses navlink. Header component, which has a logout button. Perfect. Looks good. Async tongues for the project/project API. Create project list page. Yep, I need this. Use effect to dispatch. See these. This is quite thorough in terms of what we need. Include a button to open a create project model or navigate to the creation form. Provide the code for. Okay, let's go. Let's see. So first let's create the layout component. It's fairly simple. This is like just genuinely boilerplate stuff, right? You almost every app that you build, you'll write these things. That's the reason. Like this to me is like the next step to the IDE code completions. I remember when they came in, it felt so easy. Like I don't need to remember syntax sort of thing. And now this one's next level. But essentially, it's a stepping stone to the same thing, right? Uh, okay, so for some reason, this isn't. Okay, we'll check this later, but I think it's just old error that it's still showing up because we have already created the two files. So in the features, we created a project slice, extra reducers for tongue APIs. Looks good. Yeah, this makes sense. It's still not there. Okay, let's go to accept. Let's update app. Yeah, okay, just adding routes. add reducer. Right. So seems like we, yep, it's just, so I'm not doing anything. It's just IDE lag issues. That's it. Okay, so it's coming on the app. Let's go to the routes again. Where are they? App.tsx. The route slash app would take me to the main layout, right? Slash projects. Let's see where that brings me. Moves back to the app. Slash app slash projects. Yeah, because this is, yeah, my bad. Slash app slash projects. It is empty. It's showing up empty right now. Oh, because the pages aren't there yet. Let's try dashboard. This is interesting. I thought project list page. It's interesting. Inspect console. So I think what's happening is the API is failing. Is that the thing? Because there are no projects. Yep, the API is giving me an empty array. And so undefined is not. This is auth slice ed2. Let's copy this and see what. All right, there you go. Looks much better. Right? Perfect. Okay, let's. So this is the main layout, and I think it's pretty neat layout. What do you think? Right? I like it. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So this was about the main layout. Now you gotta go to like the task list view and the project detail pages and stuff, right? So let me, oops. Create a page to view details of a single project and display its tasks in a list view. Technology, the task, create task slice, define state task. Again, all these things about the task, right? It's getting from the model. So this routes again are from like I showed the models the models we create, the backend that we created, right? It's based on those things. um, and I've created this beforehand so that like you guys can see this, and it's very easy because you can basically go through and do this on LLM itself. So maybe next time I'll create this while we are doing the video. Of course, I didn't want to like waste time doing it, because it's not always that you'll get the right result or the correct thing in the first try, and so you have to tweak a little, play around a little, and then finally find the prompts that you really like, right? So here's our task slice now. Project slice. Interesting. Builder. Yeah. Uh-uh. Look at there, we'll solve the problems. Let's first go through everything. Looks good. Yeah, that's because we don't have the tasks added yet to the reducer added, right? So it will throw an error, but we're gonna do that soon. Not an issue. See, again, we're not using the tasks, but it's just imported. These are little things that keep happening throughout, and it's your job to sort of find out these little things and then try and fix them. Okay, so we're not importing link, but we're using link. That's a dumb thing to do. Basic stuff. We can miss sometimes, it's fine. I mean, as long as you know what you have been doing, right? As long as you understand what's going on, it's fine. See, again, product detail pin just didn't include the import, right? But when you sort of know what you're doing, you'll quickly be able to solve these issues, right? And so then it's fine. This, I think we'll have to ask the AI to go through it and see what's the problem. Let's see if making it partial helps. Nope, doesn't. So let's keep this as it is, because I'll have to go through. I'm hoping this is sorted. Task model, perfect. What's in the project slice? Yeah, now this one I'm a little worried about. Can say any and it'll go away, so that's fine. Does it have a better option? Yes, it does. Let's do the same for this one. I think it's much better if it does. Again, I did the quick thing, but it's always good to payload action wrapped in unknown. Perfect. So now we have these things sorted. We have more. Right, now we have the builder issue. Okay, something's off over here. Okay, we are having an issue with the builder. Let me just see this, but I think task list. It has to go into the reducers and extra reducers, right? Inside the extra slice. Yeah, so that is what this also does, right? Project slice. Oh, this is the reducer. I think you just need to cut this. We just hope it's not. Yeah, I think this is fine. We do this. Now the only issue is this one. Let's see. It is saying that the task data type, title, string, description, string, assignee, string, due date is not assignable to type partial task. So can we as partial do that? We can't. I think it is just that, right? Oh yeah, it's a see. I don't think it sort of takes this. So where is this task data? What if we just, sorry. Right, so it sorts this. The only thing is the priority thing. Hmm. So priority. Okay, so let me see where I want to make sure that priority is never undefined, right? It will never be undefined, but how do I, let's see what, I don't understand this. Why does it want to always do this, right? This is not, mm, so I think what would happen is priority, right? And now in this, if I do, yeah, this works. So the syntax works this way. So now we have no issue. Refresh, everything works, all good, right? So this was task detail view and editing. So this is done. Now let's, so I think we have set up the APIs to create a project. So let's say project is work management app. This is inception project. Due date is 21/1/2025. Let's do 21/4/2025. Hey, it's supposed okay, this is annoying. Hmm, February, March, it's 29th of March. Let's just do this. Ooh, awesome. So we click on not authorized to access this project. Interesting. Okay, so we'll have to work on that, I guess. Okay, cool. We'll figure that out. First, let's keep going. Let's complete all the pages. I mean, there is a Kanban view and a calendar view that I want to create. So let's first do that, and then we'll see why it is crying that the project that I created, I don't have access to see details of. Kind of dumb. All right, let's move on. Objective: create a Kanban board view for tasks within a project. Technologies, etc. Task install dependency. Oh, this. I hope it works. It causes a lot of issue. Drag and drop library, but I hope it works well. Let's try it out on drag and makes all good. Um, so once this is done, some at some point I'll just put this up uh, on a website and it'll be free to use. You guys can just use it without any payment or anything because I'm just learning. So I'll put it up and I'll have anybody who wants to use it for free. Uh, I I do the Kanban stuff using Trello. I like Trello a lot, so I do use Trello. But hey, there are a lot, like project management involves in a lot of things. Like I use Asana, which is also lovely again. But Asana for like a smaller team seems overkill, right? So we sort of have that problem. Don't want to have an overkill. Let's see. Okay. CD blues. So remember this, a lot of times when you have, ooh, I think I'll have to add legacy. See, I told you, right? This, the other has an issue. I have faced that issue multiple times, so I knew that it's gonna break. Uh, but good. It, like, we just switched the library. I'm happy with it for sure. Right. Let's come back over here. Of course, there is an error. No change. Good. So let's see what's the issue with the Kanban board. Stupid issue. I don't have. It's annoying. Okay, no problem. Uh, let's do the calendar view now. I think we have. So I think we're good. Oh, this one. Yep. Everything looks good. And I sort of skipped, like the API part does not have file, uploading features and stuff. I sort of skipped those, so I won't be creating that front end feature. But we have reporting, like analytics sort of a thing. So let's create that, and then we'll end the video over here. I'll probably want to cross check the detail page thing, access thing, once we are able to see the whole thing. It'll be nice, right? Now, just chart.js2. Okay, not a fan of this library either, but hey. So this is another thing, right? So I can very easily mention that, hey, I want this particular library only. It'll work. So like you understand, right? It gets that much more detail. Like for example, when I use movements, I didn't necessarily have to use movements, right? I could have uh did we fix this? Maybe other page. Oh yeah, that's another issue though. You should remember that sometimes when you make change and then it did, right. Yeah, so what I was saying is sometimes when it updates the component with the next change, right? The changes that you made to fix certain error by yourself, it'll rewrite them. So you have to be a little careful with that. That you sort of keep a check on those kind of things. But it'll definitely overwrite your issue, your changes when it's making other changes. The other thing that I wanted to tell is when you're working, right, and when you get one response, try and not make changes before you completely sort of do apply all the changes. Only after that, uh, go there and tweak stuff. Don't tweak stuff in middle of the response, right? Because even though it feels really. So this P is inside the project, right? So let's just save this for now and see what are the errors that we are getting. Oh yeah. So it says in the project slice.ts project slice.ts. Underscore id is not. So let me just go through the model. Papa, where is it? A lot of things I've broken. It should be in the product slice, the interface, project state, initial project state, create project, custom field, project, existing. Oh, interesting. Shit like this also happen. Don't we already have the types? Here, we already have the types. So you see, we don't. Okay, copy. This isn't happening. First, we come to the. What is this? In the types.index page. Right. And then you copy this one, reject this, you have it over here. That makes sense. Save this. Right. Now, a project slice. I don't think you need to do this over here. Right. You can have them imported. Yep, project is imported. And so that solves all the issues on this page. Now over here, reporting page, what's an issue? Expecting arguments, but it did not get them. So let's wait for this. Let me see this one. What's the issue over here? Okay, this is the task data issue. Partial, right? I think we accept, but what you'll have to do is task data as okay. This is sorted. There's more issues. Custom fields. Accept. Accept. Hey, the reporting still has an error. I have to have a look. This one's good, but the reporting one still has an error. Oh yeah, this one we decided to hold back on that one. This I don't know, man. This is do we have it? Now let's see what this is about. It says it's missing arguments. Yeah, because dispatch has to have like payloads and stuff, I'm assuming. Okay. Now the only, oh, we still have a bit. How about we close this, run it again, and see what errors we get. Getting any? No, one error. Inside unexpected user. Let's see what these says about it. What it did is, this is fine. We create this, that is also fine. It's removing. Okay. Not authorized. Let's see what to do with this one. Project detail page. Control F. Spec element. Network, is it? Something that's 403 message, no. No authorized, not authorized. So this is the error message that I'm getting from the API, right? So I'll have to work on the API and see what's messing it. I think I had some issue with the API's authentication, which for the time being I had sort of, you know, not in the routes, I think in the middleware, in the auth. Check if token exists, not authorized. This all looks good. Authorized. Bearer. See the controller, auth controller. Not registered. Login user. These things look solid. Auth routes, that's fine. Project routes. Let's also see the database and how it's getting stored. Give me a second. So this is our database mess Commons projects run members. It has the member ID, user, let me check the get project controller. So let's search for the phrase. Here it is. If it's the person is not console.log. No, nope, this is not what I want. I want to check what the request to string. Yep. Okay. So now if we refresh it, we should get, so we are getting the user ID over here correctly, but the other two things are false. Now why are they false? So let's check project.members. Oh, fuck off. Okay, let's do this. Refreshed. So we come over here. Oh, so what we see over here is the request dot user. Wait, let me just confirm this. So project dot member is an object. Yeah, so this is the problem, right? So it's project dot members question mark yeah, so we get a member, so each member dot underscore ID dot toString, right? If we do this now, if we refresh, voila. So like things like this you'll have to do. It may make such a mistake, and that's fine. And I think that this is gonna be the task of a developer or a software engineer after like 3 years or 4 years. So get accustomed to learning how to understand code quickly, right? So my task is demo the work management tool. It's assigned to Alusane. Due date has to be, oh, look at that, it's been 1 day. It's a critical thing. Let's just keep it in to do. Let's give me 1 day, guys. Give me 1 more day. All right, it's a critical thing. Let's see, Kanban. It's into, oh, beautiful, right? I can just put it over here in progress. Let me come back to this. It comes to in progress calendar. I have this one over here. Beautiful. Let's come back over here. Assignee is Ali Hussein. Sweet. Let's come to tasks. Oh, we didn't build the task page. Okay, so we need to work on the task page and the report page. I think we can do that soon. Let's come to the dashboard page. Okay, so we have work to do. Look good. All right. I'm gonna end this because it's 12:30 over here now. I need to go sleep. Um, Whoever in the future sees this, because I know nobody saw it while this was live. Whoever sees, I hope you guys learned something. Uh, and if not, it's, I'm sorry, you had to waste your time. I've learned something doing this right now, and yeah, thank you so much for giving me your time. I'll try to do better. Bye bye, see ya.